Hello, and welcome back to Songs of Syx. We are continuing on with our Amoevan colony down by the sea. We have hit up towards 400 population. We got to get about 100 more in here, and I think we can squeeze in just about another 100 seats here, as well as a slightly bigger lab, maybe a tailor, before we have to start expanding out and building probably another colony. I was thinking down here, we have access to cotton, vegetables, war beasts, a little bit of grain if we needed it, which I don't think we do, but also very good fishing grounds. So I was thinking we could start a secondary little outpost over here once we get this finished up. So that's going to be my plan of action this morning. I do want to get our army up and running so that we can also start doing some conquering of things. But man, we're missing a lot of stuff, particularly leather. And we're really not bringing it in. We're exporting what? Animals, meat, and apples. We are importing leather, but we're kind of hard on cash. So I wonder if we can bring that up a little bit. Maybe just put it to 10% and say, like, good luck. The meat and the apples we sell right away, which is fantastic because we don't really use them. And then we are still struggling a little bit on wood and stone, but we do have the quarry recently up and running. So people are starting to dig some stuff out here. I think, yeah, probably if we were to build... I've started also thinking about, like, we don't have any walls on our city. So I'm like, oh, we could be attacked very easily. Which has me a little bit worried, but not terribly. We have some eggs coming in. You know what we could do is also probably just make another Globedian pasture. Especially if we have all these canals over here. All this stuff is kind of already set up for this. Why not? Add a little bit extra in here. Wouldn't hurt us. Would probably help us. I'm gonna go one less here. Just so that canal can cut across. Little extra these guys, you know? Okay, and then... Basically, I was thinking, what if we just, like, literally doubled the lab? Put it over here, and then put some housing blocks below it. The other thing is like, we could probably use a tailor. How many people do we have working on these? We got 8, 15. These are not even full, which is good. And this warehouse could certainly be expanded a little bit more. Why don't we do something like a pottery, ration maker, smithy, tailor? And then we could expand the warehouse down a little bit more here. I think would be a wise idea. And I guess this is going to be like a variant of you. I do need to refurbish this because it's going to have to go probably longer. And then need more of these research stations. And then doors. I'm also realizing this is probably not made of stone right now. Uh-oh. What have I done there? Is that right? That feels okay. It's a little bit bigger than the previous one. Made of stone. These guys are made of mud, but, you know, step at a time, I suppose. No, no, this is also too long. No. What have I done? Yeah, it's so easy to get everything into a total mess here. Smart, remove those. Refurnish these. Put a door in there. There we go. There we go. We're fine. We're fine. No problem. We got it. Don't replace those stone roads. And then we'll wait until the builders are done before we upgrade the warehouse here. It's an agent. After a period of no agent must mean it's Monday. Mine troll, greetings, greetings, greetings. To me, the cats, and everything in between. It's very kind of you. The kitty cats would approve. Now, my real question is how bad is the noise going to be over here? And it seems like it's okay. As long as I don't go too close to the woodcutters. Let's see how that tailor holds up. He's going to need a bunch of furniture. This lab is going to need a bunch of furniture. We're going to need wood. We're going to need stone. We're going to have to be a little bit patient as everything comes piling in here. I have 4 wrongful deaths from the cold. Huh. Is my hearth not big enough? I mean, I feel like that's covering everybody here, right? Requires fancy hearth, metal blocks. Yeah, like nobody's coming by to hang out in the hearth. I think they're being a little bit baby about it. All right, you're ready for 60 furniture. We're going to be on furniture shortage here for a while. What is our wood sitch? We're making net 64. I think we better hire more carpenters. Because it seems like we are constantly out of wood. Try as we might. And I'm seeing there are like some people who are taking a long road this way, probably over to these vegetables. Or something over here. I wonder about like hunting these guys if it would get us anything other, but I mean, I guess only probably meat. So did they die on their way to the heat source? It's possible. I think they just had a little death because of the winter time. This guy is still trying to fill up on wood as well. This guy is sick. Ill with the white shimmer. Does not sound like a good disease to be having. What does rule right now is our fish supply is going really well. And we should start getting in more eggs as well. 51. 13, 12, 5. Why is this guy producing so few? I mean, I guess he's got less of them. Once we get the stone back up, we got to get some water, some proper fresh water down here as well. Wouldn't be surprised if the self-preservation algorithms aren't handling all that math properly. There's a lot of math going on, that's for sure. Let's get one more furniture in here for the tailor. Surely that's doable. Surely that's doable. 182 uncut stone. Can we? Start giving out some cut stone. How bad would that be? Doesn't look like very bad. We'll see. They've got it in stock at the marketplace, so this should be that people will start buying cut stone now and decorating their houses with that. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. I imagine we're going to start seeing like different floors. Certainly it seems like there is room for more paved roads here as well. Cobblestone roads. This seems like a pretty popular strip right now, so I'm just going to cook that up a little bit. All right, there's the last furniture for the tailor, so we can also actually start making clothing now, which our people are going to be pretty jazzed about, I imagine. Clothing, or we can also make leather armor, but I think we'll have to save that for the second tailor we put in. You guys are at like 100% workload. Maybe you need one more warehouse worker. 2 more warehouse workers? Could maybe auto adjust that, but all things with time. All things with time. We are making money. Not a lot, but we're making enough that we can start buying those furs for sure. Look at all this, man. We got the speakers, we got the hearth. Everyone is just like hanging out up here, listening to the news, hanging out, warming up. I see the problem. This hearth is definitely like super max capacity. I love this town square we got going though. Everyone's just hanging out. I feel like we should do things like put more benches and stuff in here, right? Some more decorations in this town square. Seem like they wouldn't go astray. Like, we got so many people hanging out. I might put more statues in there. I really wish you could turn off the poop noises. You know, I appreciate that it's got to tell us about them, that people are pooping all the time, but I could do without hearing it. Is that the ambient noise we turned on? Because I feel like volume ambience was just working beforehand, regardless. Why do seagulls fly over the ocean? Because if they flew over the bay, we'd call them bagels. Caracas, hello. How we doing, brother? Another great game that you just cannot get into. I think once you get the fundamentals down in this game, it clicks. And this being said, I only have like the fundamentals of the base building down. I still don't know a lot about the actual going to war part, though we are going to start exploring that. I think these little circles, I think this is the fine cut stone. I love how the houses get upgraded over time. They still all have terrible beds because I guess they don't have leather. They also don't have furniture. I'd like to get our dudes hooked up with all the stuff they're missing. Oh, also, now that we have a carpenter or tailor. Okay, so we're fine if we want to build some houses in here. So I think let's plan for this. Let's take a quick pause while we figure this out. And let's build us some good homeland. I think I'm going to kind of do it like this for this guy. Big dirty hat block. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. God, I just wish there were some slightly different housing sizes just to make my life a little bit better. That'd be 70. $80. $90. 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And then we'll add in some roads. Tidy up a bit. And light sources. Plonk one there. Plonk one here. Plonk one here. That seems reasonable. Same thing they say about Dwarf Fortress. I really want to like the games. I just cannot get into the moment that it clicks. Yeah. Very much like watching the games get frustrated when you try to play them. That's fair, man. There's a couple of games that I really try to get into and I cannot do it, but I love watching them be played. Now, often that's because there's some sort of multiplayer game and I just can't stand the other people dynamic, but it varies. I made this out of stone? I guess so. RIP all of my stone. On the bright side, it'll degrade slower, and we do have that quarry doing something, so. Gilu, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Was Make It Samurai works. Wanted to make a female leader. Auto-generator gave you an old male to try to make the old master. Classic look. I feel like they do that vibe well in Age of Wonders. What are you missing? Furniture. Obviously, I want to make the rest of like the stone pathways in here as well so that people aren't just walking on the dirt. But I guess that's just like the park right now around the temple with some benches. I think I put all those benches in wrong and they are all facing inwards, which is not really what I wanted. But you know what? I guess they're all facing the temple, which is not that bad. So how much of these are we making? The Boyers are using 7. The Tailors are using 15. We're spending every dollar we have importing leather goods right now, so. I guess that it's that. This lab. Why doesn't it have another station there? Huh? Strange. I must have accidentally deselected that one at the end. So it's gonna need a bit more furniture to get it going. But okay. At least we're doing very good in the fish department. He says -5 fish somehow. I'm decaying 64 fish. And to me, I'm like, okay, well, how do I slow down that decay there? If I eat more fish, will they just decay less? I feel like that's the answer. Extreme temperatures today. I'm hoping that is extremely warm. Deranged people are people who have gone insane. They'll do no work and wander around your city doing erratic things. Could be cured in an asylum. Freezing near death. Cold murdered. No, somebody's been murdered. We're gonna start needing to look at crime time stuff. 400 pop some type of cap. It's just what we have the population set at because I don't have enough houses. So I only have 5 additional houses right now. So we'll bump up to 500 once these guys are done. I have a bunch of people waiting to immigrate. I have 41 people waiting to immigrate into our city, so that's good news. Coincidence we have that many people? Yeah. So you can set your cap to automate up to a certain height. And so I've just kind of been doing it based on how many houses we have at any given time. Which I feel like's been working pretty well. I feel like we're not selling these animals. Is there a reason why? No. Okay, because we want a certain cap of them left. 128 bows. How is Bow Squad doing? They need 500 bows. They don't quite have them yet. 13% archery training. 12% melee training on our other squad here. I'm going to bump that back up to 24 recruits. Because there's no reason I can't be training every single spot there. Half pint, good morning. Mac, hello. I'm like that whenever Agent plays a 4X game. I can watch him play fine. As soon as I try to play, I get bored super fast. Happens to the best of us. Sometimes just natural. All right, houses coming in. There's another 25. So let's say 425 here. Bada boom. Everybody moves in, starts getting cozy. I am definitely not keeping up on the cut blocks right now, but that's okay. I'm also not doing very well on vegetables or on eggs. Though I guess it's also day 1 of summer, so being out of vegetables somewhat makes sense. Seeing as they're normally harvested in the late summer. Well, a bit in peak condition. Boy, am I happy it's Monday, said nobody ever. Well, that's not true. We get to do the queue on Monday morning, so that's always a happy thing. Monday is pizza day. Pizza's always perk. Monday is sometimes 2-for-1 pizzas at Domino's. This room is weird. Oh, they haven't built the walls to the next place. That's why. I love, this is one of my favorite parts about the game, is like just watching the houses get built and watching people move into them and then like furnish their stuff with stone and fish and wood and whatever else they need. We might actually be able to increase the amount of wood we're giving them right now. We were struggling for a while there on wood, but I think we're okay. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to bump to 500. We're doing fine. And I'm going to max out that stone quarry. Both those woodcutters are maxed out. Furniture maker is maxed out. Let's max out the mason. And I'm going to put like 20 people in this lab. I should do well for now. First, you need to furnish those houses yourself, right? Don't eat pizza, not inflicting that kind of agony on yourself. Faffing around with lactose tablets is more hassle than it's worth. I would disagree with that. I would say if the hassle is pizza or the worth is pizza, then it's worth every lactose tab. If the options are pizza or not pizza, I think the answer should be pizza. Personally. All right, here's the deal. I gotta expand this house. think I have to do it as refurnished room. Like that. And then maybe like those doors should be there instead of here. Remove doorway here and here. Add doorway there and there. There and there. That feels better. Oh no, this is going to require pottery. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. I don't have pottery. What did that say? It was like 38 pottery. Your pottery is 106, and your pottery is 160. Definitely you. If I just broke my entire warehouse, I'm gonna not be having such a good time. For 20 fruit? For $200 of fruit, you will give me 38 pottery? No. For 22. You have nothing of worth to offer this faction. I might have just done a boo-boo. What if I get rid of those? There we go. We can just do that. They'll expand the room, but they won't add any more shelves. And then my warehouse will work again. Take them a while to like put everything back in it. Did you break all my crates? Yes, you most certainly did. Fert, 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 fert. Fert, fert, fert. I feel like I should have more resources available here. Here we go. Fruit, yes. Meat, yes. Stone, yes. Wood, yes. So much of this stuff just like not showing up right now. Oops. So they changed the way that all this looks. I don't know if I have any of this stuff left, but we might as well start leaving room for it. Farts, 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 right? Pineapple, pepperoni, and jalapenos on a pizza. Yo. Jalapeno on pizza. Very good, right? A slaver has arrived and is offering internships. Would you like to make a purchase or a sale? He will stay for 4 days. I would not like to, no. I do not believe that we are prepared for something such as that. What else do I not have you guys set for? Coal, you should probably have. I mean, I just kind of feel like I should have one of everything so that if I get it, at least I have a spot to put it, and then I have some extra crates, which is probably going to be like fish. We'll have to see. That seems like maybe an excessive amount of fish, but it's all baby steps to me. Online beef is like social norms, right? 1v me in Nuketown, that's what the kids say. I think so, yeah. Or now maybe it's Tomato Town? I'm not really sure how this works. They do the fortnights. This just gives you more workers. What is the one that gives you tools? Requires 130 workshop employees. Okay, that's why I don't have that. This requires 39 people in the pastures. 180 fishing. You require fishing 10 and 130 fisheries. It did unlock poppy fishing. I can't do basic farming yet. Oh, we're about to unlock basements. You know what? Maybe I'll just wait for 500 people since they're totally en route. We're only 25 off, and then I can unlock basements, and then we can maybe get the better roads as well. That feels like a red idea. Maybe Roblox? Maybe. I honestly don't know any kind of reference for Roblox, so I'm very useless in that. Life partner and you did the Fortnite 6-7 times this morning before leaving for our respective income contributors. That sounds dirty, but I don't know if it is. Should these training houses just be all together? Meow, 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 meow. Technically, I guess if I want another archery thing, it would need to be that big wide. Foundation. How well the ground is suited for supporting buildings and rooms. Poor isolation will make constructed rooms require more maintenance. Like, I'm sure we're going to need a bigger army right now. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking about. Tack. More stuff I don't have stone blocks or anything for, but yeah, all things in time. Help keep everybody busy. Nuketown, not DE Dust 2. Felt old having to Google what 6-7 meant. I feel you, Jareth. I had to do that recently as well. So, it's never a good feeling. Console scrub, so no CS for you. Yeah, all about that Nuketown. Nuketown, give me your address for coordinates. I live at 1 Megaton Way. Please do not accidentally set off the nuke in the middle of my city. If so, people will be sad. Well, we have a little 500 town city. I feel pretty good about that. We got room for more exports and stuff coming up here. Exports and imports. I got room for like, I figure like the bar is got to go here. The pub, the tavern, which might actually be unlockable. He says, requires 500. Well, aren't you in luck, game? I'm only 9 population off. There goes my whole populace. Going into training. That is okay by me. We got a busy little town of bees. To be honest, I just had to Google what 6-7 means. The answer is nothing, really. That's the problem with it, so. Have fun on that watch list. Canada, I'm safe. At least until they roll the tanks up. Did we ever upgrade this market to a fancy market? We didn't. I do need pottery, hey? I think I'm gonna have to start doing this. Oh, it's expensive. Yeah, we're trying to import a fair bit of stuff here. Murder and disease. You know what? This disease is going to keep spreading unless I have somewhere to put the bodies. Perhaps some kind of mass grave. You know what, actually? I think we can probably build a graveyard. I'm going to go ahead and say that we can afford to have a graveyard. Grave trees, flowers, and pathways. How about right out here? It's unlikely we're going to really have anything else going on up here. This could be nice. Grave trees, flowers, and pathways. Okay. Well, that feels like it fits pretty naturally. Can I have another row of these graves along the back? I so can. Look at that, man. What a well-balanced graveyard. Kind of weird the way this pathway building works, but you know what? I'm okay with it. You can't block other stuff. Can I put in like trees in these corners? Yeah. And then maybe some flowers? On the way in? That's a sick graveyard. You know, technically, we don't need that central path. Like, that could be all flowers or all trees, even. Could it be? Actually, I'm not so sure. That would have to be a single pathway. Flower. Tree? Well, if that's the case, I guess you guys could do that for the pathways then. Let's try that out. I feel like that's a good vibe for this this graveyard right now. There's a lot of graves in there, so. All Canadians are vampires, confirmed. Technically, it's the blood of trees, maple syrup. Newly ordained vampire, you have checked. Anyone playing Magic Arena? Man, I have not played Magic in many moons. try to stay away from that. Just because it's one of those games that I'm like, oh, I could get lost in this for an extended, very long amount of time. I could get really into Magic the Gathering. I probably shouldn't. Feels like this will be a disaster if I get involved in this. Oh, this is all meant to be a big road back here, too. Well, I guess we'll have a big road along here and then a big road up there. I don't know why everybody insists on swimming all the way out there. But I guess... let's do that. People seem to be crying for me to build a road out this direction, so... there's a fair bit of foot traffic that seems to go out there. I guess if we are to build a wall around town, it's probably here to the apple orchard. And then, like, across this export depot. So I want to start thinking about that. Oh! Are we at 500 population? I feel like we did not get the notification for being at 500 pops. Is there a notification for being at 500 pops? You know what? I don't actually know. I have 30. It's going to cost me 30 for basements. It requires 10 cut stone and 21 furniture to make a basement. That is something we can get. She gonna take a little bit. We're producing 30 stone a day. We're just using a lot in building. And we should be producing 2 cut stone a day. It's just that we've been building a lot of stuff, so it's been slurping up all our resources. Basements are the best. It's where you keep your dungeon. I mean, it's a good spot for a dungeon, honestly. It seems like our maintenance is doing fine. We have some wood-based maintenance. Bit of stone and wood-based maintenance, but they'll get around to that. If I can start building upgraded basements, we should be able to start fitting in more people. I don't know how much the basement gives you. You have to have it on hand. That's interesting. I wonder if I should start denying them cut stone. Or... I was gonna say I could make more masons, or I could make more like quarry workers. But I'm also realizing I actually don't have anybody to do that because we've got everybody in the lab. Population requires 500. I have that though. Okay, so that is unlocked. Oh, I need more knowledge. It's not just innovation, it's actually knowledge I need. Which I guess is the library. Libraries produce knowledge to be used to unlock texts. Libraries need to be manned indefinitely to combat the degradation of books. Oh, buddy. Reports from our fisheries indicate the catch is unusually good lately. Make sure we can store all that extra fish. 3 times production speed on our fishery. Hot diggity dog. You ever tend to be asleep while watching your cats, like from underneath the cover? Yes, absolutely, Marinara. Like all the time. I'm always like just peeking open one eye, see what they're doing. Cats are very good at knowing when you were awake and very good at knowing when you're asleep. Yeah, I mean, I think they listen to like how you breathe. So, do I have an intention of trying out going back to Phantom Brigade? Get on a 2.0 patch, really quite enjoyable. I'd like to. It's not on the list of stuff we're immediately looking at right now. But I wouldn't say it's not on my list at all. So, from the thumbnail, I thought you were looking at a circuit board. It feels like that sometimes. Not gonna lie, it feels like that sometimes. Where are we gonna put this library, dudes? Back here? How big does this have to be? I feel like that's not gonna be big enough, right? Workers 5. I don't understand what this is meant to be like in terms of what it has here. Fart, 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 fart noises. Fart. Smallest that can be is 4. Guess there's this part of me right now that's like, okay, can we squeeze libraries in here? I love that you can only be uneven sizes. That makes my life so easy, he says sarcastically. All right, let's do that. I'm gonna do a door there and a door there, actually. I guess. Now, I don't have the stuff to build this, but we'll give it a shot. Not like in love with the idea of it cutting off my access to these docks either, but I guess it doesn't really like cut them off, so to speak. Yeah, I do think we have room for a nice wall around as well. That should protect if we need to. The military stays outside, that's fine. And then all the farmland stays outside, but the like 500 plus people inside can all just sort of vibe. So this is going to use what? Regular blocks and fabric, which we just don't have. I got no money, honey. But you know what? I bet we could get that fabric. I bet if we asked Real Knife for... let's just say 10 fabric. We can get that for sure. There's still lots of room of stuff that we can conquer. Though I don't know like what we really have proper access to here. In terms of roads. I'm a bit worried we're going to get cut off unless we like go through another player, but... Been playing Phantom Brigade 2.0 yourself, can confirm it is very good. Yeah, bit lacking in the audio department. Okay. Fleshed out the game a lot with the various mission types and pilot progression. Okay. I remember like we played it in on I think Steam Dex Fest. And I haven't really had a chance to like look at it in detail ever since then. But I do remember being like, this is a fun game. This is a cool concept. Okay, that's everything we need for a library. Oh, how cute. Oh, those are desks to read at. Okay, that's pretty funny. I can vibe with that. How many people work in here? 7. How much knowledge do you think that's going to make me? I feel like the answer is going to be not a lot. +5. I have no idea. I don't have a clue. I suppose we'll find out as it builds up. We are making lots of food. We are still making like bows. We have a tiny bit of clothing. I mean, everyone is really happy. We are struggling a little bit on spots. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do 5. So that is exactly... Every one of our houses is maxed out right now. I think we used up a bunch of stone building that library, so I don't have the stone to make cut blocks. We just gotta let the mason cook for a second. Yeah, we're not too far from a circuit board. That is one thing, is like I do feel like this game kind of gives you this like weird blindness from when you look at it for too long. Just because there's so much happening constantly. How do I make you more? The warehouse workers should go all the way out there to pick that up. They do. Just can't carry very much of it at a time. I have no delivery men in the warehouse. That would do it. When we rebuilt the warehouse, we didn't reassign anybody. That's why nothing was getting done. That's why nothing was getting built. This does mean... Basements. Basements add 4 additional houses. 4 additional slots. At least on a long room. Okay. That's a way to creep up our population. The other answer is just build this outpost. What worries me is like we don't have any weapons, right? I mean, I guess, sorry, we do have bows, but we don't have very many. $187 out of the 500 we need. And homies have no armor either. Not that they necessarily need them if they have bows, but... I'm not sure how many bows we need to really, like, take on somebody, but I do feel like our archers gotta get better trained. Okay. Cotton, vegetables. Access to more fish. This would be access to fresh water, which would improve our eggs. Oh yeah, how's our graveyard looking? Look at how nice that graveyard is. Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. We're gonna build a nice wooden fence around it here. Don't want anybody disturbing the sanctity of the dead. That's a nice vibe. Couple of big trees, couple of small trees, lots of flowers. You probably only need one gravedigger, if that. I am wondering what that guy is doing, because he doesn't seem to be actually like burying any of the corpses. So many people are cold. Probably because nobody has pants, right? Yeah. I think it's because nobody has pants. We have some pants, just not very many. And nobody seems to be really getting equipped up on it. Well, as we start getting more hooses. Ah, here we go. This is kind of nice. So, okay, so the basement adds 1 extra room for the small houses. It adds 2 extra rooms for the medium houses and 4 extra rooms for the long houses. So we can live and learn a little bit off of that. I don't know if I should put these guys on auto-employ, but I feel like they're okay. They're dragging everything kind of except the stone. And the stone's not building up that much, so yeah, no, they're fine. They're fine. 5 guys working that warehouse is plenty. Apparently I have 5 janitors, which is definitely outrageously too many. Oh man, we need pottery to keep this warehouse in shape. We are trying to buy pottery. So something tells me we're just struggling on maintenance alone. I think... Oh no, our crops, we're being droughted. Pull source from there. Pull source from here. How many are we on? 50 items? Just want those guys on regular fetch. Ah, I think that's what I've been doing wrong. Possibly. Oh, no, that's the problem. I literally haven't had anybody on this animal vendor, so we haven't been selling any of our animals. That's what the issue is. There's so much is just like trying to figure out like, well, if it's this and then this. Where am I missing? That and this. A couple more of those upgrades going. We definitely need more stone, fancy stones. I'm struggling to keep people in floors right now. Like, we don't even have really enough rock for them. Something we may want to consider is expanding the quarry. Because she don't feel like she's getting big enough for us. In terms of grabbing all the loot that we need. I just blew up an auxiliary there. You know what? Actually, let's go like doop 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 doo doop doo doop doo, and then we'll say that. And that. And we're gonna need a little bit more. I think I just lost all my storage there by accident. Hard to make things look exactly the way that you want them to sometimes. There we go. 81 furniture and a bunch of wood. I mean, we do have it, thankfully. So they can get that quarry up and running pretty quickly. Oh yeah, we can have a lot more people on that now. Let's pump them up to 40 to start. The quarry on the outside of town. Truth be told, we should probably use a bunch of that stone to improve that road. Just because they are coming out here constantly. And that'll speed them up a bunch. Got the lighted highway, so they got that going. Our city is impressive enough to attract our first tourist. A Crotonian pilgrim by the name of Walla Emberfang has arrived. This particular tourist is looking for an inn to stay in. He wants to visit the vegetable farms and the hearth. Now, I don't think I've unlocked that inn. The tavern. The inn. Both of them cost 50 knowledge. Which I don't seem to have. Yeah, it's going to be hard to squish that in anywhere down here. Right? Like, right now I'm kind of thinking like a tavern here and an inn here. So I don't really have a lot more room to add in additional structures. I could fit another library here. Do I think I have to actually like finish that road properly? This road is actually bigger than it's also meant to be. But, what are you gonna do? This is gonna partly just become walled. I think the wall's gonna run and cut out these torches, so. Okay, so I have a little room here as well. Maybe this could be a library then. One thing I guess I don't know is whether or not the library is also affected by things like noise. Oh, emissaries. Are you gonna let me be big enough is the other question. Ooh, those desks. Oh, gotta take up more space than I would have thought. Maybe something else is going in there then. I guess I could build it down on the shore because the shore can also expand out a little bit. God, there's a lot of little tiny itsy bitsy things you got to be doing constantly here. This ain't just the ugliest old library. Let's go like that, and then we could expand it down here a little bit more if we need as well. We'll do doors, and maybe a door there. It's very funny designing these. Right. Why not? So we need another 11 of those fabrics. Sure. I love that you can just hit a barter button and be like, I don't know what I have, but you tell me what you want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And I will hook you up with that. I'm just going to move that torch there a little bit. I'm sure we need a few more of these guys around. So let's also just tack a few of them in. All right, we got a lot of people who want to move in. 76 people want to move into our town. Got room for what, another 16? So like 540? Stop. Stop getting everybody in here. Doing everything through basement housing, being like, I am playing with a limited area right now. I do have more people we can stick in the labs, but it seems like knowledge is our biggest issue at the moment, so hopefully with 14 more people in this library, we can maybe make some progress on that front. I sure heckin' hope so. How come, like, nobody is being put in here? Respect is gained by furnishing your rooms properly. I only have 53% respect in this place. I decorated this graveyard so well. I guess not well enough. Gee whiz. Here I was thinking I did okay. I think this is a really respectful graveyard, quite frankly. Sure, it's on the outside of town, but that's not so bad. We have massively picked up in the stone front department. It seems like adding in that extra bonus to the old quarry is what made the difference. There's another 20 houses for us, 560. Now, here's the problem. We're starting to run low on food again. Our fish count is actually dropping. And that's a bit tricky. Because I don't have a ton of areas that I would want to let that fishery continue. Norath, hello. I mean, I guess if we do let that fishery continue, it is outside the walls, so maybe it's just that's it. I guess technically I can't use that. How far over can you go? Pretty far. Okay. I don't love this, but given the options, I'm not sure I have a lot of choice. There's 35 fishermen that could go in here. It's had a nice big storage rack and then a bunch of auxiliaries. That'll do. A couple nice fishing huts. And yeah, I'm really not sure what this is going to look like right now, but for at the moment, why don't we just do that? I think the wall comes down like basically straight down this big road. So that is going to chew into my wood supply. My stone supply is doing exceptionally well. So I'm actually going to say we like completely change this around. We are already giving everybody all the stone they could possibly use. Fantastic. And you're like maxed out on production here in the old masonry? Well, what good problems to be having. Can maybe pull people off of that if we need to. I'm gonna max out that lab, that's for sure. Guess yeah, let's drop that down like 5 miners. We're gonna need a bunch of people to work this fishing hut, so whenever they get up and running. Everybody's building all the piers, all the traps. Boom. 25 out of 35. Yeah, we're short on people. That's okay. That's a solvable issue. I'm gonna do that. So now we have a lot of homeless. I think for right now, what I should probably actually do is just, like, not let them take cut stone anymore. But I tell you what, I'm going to let them take some extra wood. And if they're lucky, maybe I'll start letting them take extra furniture, but I'm not sure we're there yet. I guess until we have all these upgrades, I probably shouldn't be giving away the furniture. Seeing as that is now rapidly my choke point. Wow, man, Cutstone builds up fast when you're not just giving it away. Holy smokes. Now, one might think, like, is this the most efficient way to really be housing all your people? And the answer to that would be definitely no. Weather has been unusually pleasant for some time. The trade tolls have decreased due to the ease of travel, and your subjects are happier. Fantastic. That's the kind of stuff we needed. Yeah, well, I just went out of furniture so fast. But that was enough people to work the fishery and still work construction jobs, so I feel good about that. Workload here is 75%, so I think that's probably okay. I love this one graveyard worker who just does not bury the corpses around town. He just, like, leaves them out on the street. Like, nah, it's not my problem. Yeah, that sounds pretty awful, but I ain't gonna be the one who does anything about it. Knowledge. Okay, we have 20 knowledge. Tavern costs 20. The inn costs 50. Here's the problem with the tavern is, like, I don't have anything to drink. I could create fighting pits. Fancy benches. Schooling? Fill impressive young minds with knowledge for high education work or indoctrinate them to be loyal through tough times. I mean, I feel like I probably need to be making something like paper if I want schools. Yeah, paper maker. And I don't think we have the stuff to make paper. I feel like a tavern would be a mistake. I feel like a blood sport. What better way to finish a long day at workday than watching two men beat each other to death? Do our people like blood sport? What is the deal with us? What are we feeling like we're missing? Drink servings. Yeah, okay, that's fair. You want a bathhouse. You do want a tavern. You want a massage parlor. You actually don't want a fighting pit. You do want a stage. Oh, you're not a stage. Do we have stage? We actually want stage quite a lot. We also want way more hearths. I didn't realize that was so low. And another well. And more room to poop. Okay. Well, stage is super cheap. More room to poop. We could get upgraded posh relief. So I guess it's like innovation is the first level, and then after that, everything takes knowledge. That seems to be the case here. All right, I'm going to upgrade the turlets then. I need pottery. Okay. Of course I do. And let's also make a stage. Pretty big. Well, I mean, that kind of perfectly fits right here, so... It would also extremely perfectly fit right there if I moved that statue. The question is whether or not I want it on, like, the outside of the walls or the inside of the walls. You know what? Let's put it here. I don't think we need it to be that big. Also really doesn't take that much to build, which is nice. Fart, fart, fart noises. This is probably just going to be more janitorial space. Wow, everybody loves this stage. Holy smokes. I didn't think that would be so popular. I guess it is. Well, that should make the people happy. Get the crowd going. Okay, that guy's all upgraded. Let's pop a few more in here. Man, we are really hurting on furniture. A lot is just being used in maintenance. Trying to keep up on the decay rate of everything is, whoa, difficult. Oh yeah, this is a... We big time need more imported pottery. I feel like I am not doing this right. Maintain warehouse stock at 20% of total capacity. So let's say like 100 pottery. And 100 of those. Oh, you can also do special orders if you click that. Okay. I mean, we must be buying stuff. I'm really not also sure how to set this to say, like, okay, don't export it. You know, you can import up to a certain amount, import level, but you can't export down to a certain amount. All you can do is, like, set the minimum price. Which, I mean, I guess it's fine if, like, we're only exporting stuff that we don't need, which technically I don't need any of those things. Apples, meat, animals. Not unless we choose to expand the Globdians, which, TBH, we probably do need to do. What is, like, the fertility on the map? Moisture. Yeah, all right. So we have, like, all the best farming going on where the best farming is. This area up here, yeah, this is why this is so bad. This is not moist at all. Interesting. So it's like bad soil. There is some pretty good soil down here. Which I guess does mean if I wanted to... Maybe we could do another vegetable farm. feels like that wouldn't be the worst decision. Ah, that's perfect. That's max dimensions right there. So, yeah, it's not going to be the moistest. But at least we can get a little bit more food in. So, Doctor, hello, good morning. How we doing, dude? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I feel like some extra farmland wouldn't be too bad. Maybe even some out here. Some more globdians back along here. Maybe some more vegetables out here. Kind of box in our little area. I'm starting to think maybe I should also unlock walls. You know, we have all this stone. I'd feel a bit better if we did have some fortifications. Holds off enemies can be used as a wall. Don't have to go like all the way out with that. Stairs are used for getting access to top of the fortifications. Should be placed adjacent to one. What would that look like? Okay. Can I also make a gate? Gatehouse. Gatehouse lets your subjects pass freely while holding off enemies. They're a bit weaker than walls, but still give you enough time to bombard your foes. So that would be here. I guess that's what I've decided, is this is where the wall is going. I don't have 3 metal bearers, but I do feel like we could just order that in from somebody. Sure. I'll take your deal, strange lady. And then you're gonna get destroyed. So that I can build more of this gate. Gate/wall. I guess we might as well have that go into the ocean. And if that's our gatehouse, there we go. We'll start off the Great Wall project. I feel like our army is not good, so we do have some archers. If we could put them on a wall to defend, that feels like that could be pretty critical. How much you want to bet nobody can reach that? Removing obstacle. Oh, cool. So this is what it says. It says, like, if your guys can't reach something, they will eventually do it. It might just take them a while to get there. So I think that guy is literally destroying a wall to get to this location so that he can build it. Like, he will figure it out eventually. So I guess this better stay too wide then, if I'm going to do it like this as well. And heck, yeah, as long as we still got this stuff. Let's keep building. We will build a staircase right there. Gonna have to figure out like how to light this properly with torches. It might be one of these situations where I actually just embed torches into the wall. An idea I don't hate. Something I have realized is I don't have anything like military depots. Army supply depot. You need a bunch of these for when your army gets going. I guess I could fit them here. I could fit 3, maybe 4 there. That might be enough. I mean, that's going to be another gate. Which we're going to need another, what, 3 pieces of metal for? I really want to get out on conquering some stuff soon. I don't even know if I can actually get to these free lands, though. Like, I'm really worried that these are the only lands I can get to properly. So I don't know, because like this guy clearly has trade with me. I don't know why I don't have trade back with him. I mean, obviously I do. We are trading with him, so. Pop another one of those in there. Maybe add another staircase up here. So this is all technically fences right now, which is kind of funny. I think what I'll do is I'll just keep that on the outside. So the wall will probably continue kind of like that. Oh, that's going to cut into those military supply depots. All right, well, you know what? At least we have the west side of the wall. We're going to need some sort of like northern entrance so that people can come up and down through here, probably along this pathway. I mean, this is like the main road here. This one would make the most of the senses. Nothing quite like building a big old wall to keep out the I don't even know what's. Yeah, this vegetable farm is still also under construction. All of our veggies are going like right into that farm right now. We got a bunch more room for upgrades, so let's get cooking. I think that's all of our main housing, or our like original housing. We got an extra 30 rooms, so let's bump up to 630. Give us some more pops. I am like, you know, I want to say I'm concerned about fish, but I guess with this new fishery up and running, things aren't looking so bad. Can I expand this room? To include that road? I think I can, yeah. Will they pull up those rooms? I don't know that they will. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe it'll just like overrate it once the farm actually gets built. All right, dude, so how is our military actually looking? This is the big question. You guys are on 39% trading. An accident has occurred. 33 subjects were injured and will seek out a hospital. There were 7 deaths. Oh, at the quarry. 53% melee trained. That is a lot of bodies. Oh my god. That's so many bodies at the quarry. Gravedigger fellow. I have good news. You have a job. Can I see your gravedigger fellow? I don't know where he is in this world, but assumably he's gonna start picking up bodies. I sure hope he will. Gravedigger, waiting for work. Tired of Arganesh raiders. I do think we should treat them better once conquered. I'm a little confused what this fellow needs in order to dig graves. Because you would think an incident on the edge of town where 7 people have died would be the exact kind of situation where you'd want there to be something done. Perhaps we should just build a mass grave and throw them all into it. That is hardly a mass grave. 7 corpses in that size. Well, we might as well dig a giant hole. Throw all these bodies in them. It's not very honorable, but they'd like to make sure that all these quarry workers know where they're gonna end up. There we go. Bodies. Maybe we just needed a mass grave and now the guy from the graveyard will find them. I think he was, maybe. He says waiting for work, fetching resources. Bringing resources to stockpile. Waiting for work. Of all these guys just hanging out by the mass grave. It's a bit dark, you know? It's a bit dark. Somebody's got to work that grave, though. All right, we got some more rooms for upgrades. Get a few more bodies on the dance floor. 370. Can I make more? I was gonna say, can I make more bows? But the answer is like, not really, because I don't really have any leather. We also seem to be struggling a little bit in the stone department again. So... oh, no. There's also an accident at the woodcutter. If we start moving up to 1,000 people, we're gonna need to figure out a plan for this, because we're gonna start having hospital problems. We're gonna have to start having all sorts of problems. Yo, I am like full up on cut blocks? For real? That's amazing. Amevens, you're gonna get some cut stones. Merry Christmas, everybody. Please drain the stone stockpile. Start decorating your house real fancy. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but you should be a lot happier with that. So they also did say they were like running out of hearths. So I wonder about, you know, if there's a hearth over there. Could I build some more around town? Could I reasonably build some more around town, I guess is the question. Certainly I could squish one down here. That might be enough. I wanted to leave this in case we needed to expand the library more, which, like, we obviously do. Can I build a doorway? Please. Oh, right. I guess I wouldn't need a doorway because that would be... never mind. Oof. So a big open room like this starts causing a bunch of insulation problems. I guess if I am to have like back-to-back shelves... okay, they could be like that. What if I just kept that wall? Almost. Almost, but not quite. So hold on here. I guess then my thought is like, could I do something like that? I think I just need to figure out how to like make this work. That would do the whole room. So I think that could... I'm just gonna have to do like single rows instead. Oh, it's crazy. It's utter nonsense. I hate that there's not like a horizontal flip. Oh, I guess technically I could do it like that. Do feel like a monster, but... Okay. That kind of works, I guess. This feels like if I just do one of these, wouldn't that make more sense? Only if I could get rid of that central column. Which I can't do. Okay, okay. All right. The lesson is learned. If I want to hyper maximize, it's got to be like that and like that. So let's put in some nice carpets. And some more nice carpets. Man, you really got to carpet the hell out of your library. People don't want cold feet. Am I building a second library here? Also, what is this piece of yellow? This is 21 workers, giving us another 20 knowledge. It's honestly really not that efficient. I have it full right now, and there's no room. For anything. That's all. Oh, I've screwed this up big time. Those are currently all listed as doorways. That's the issue. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I've just kind of whiffed this by accident. What I need to do is I need to refurnish it as this room, which it wasn't letting me do properly. Somewhat stupidly, but probably should have paused it while I was doing this. Okay, well, if I'm gonna do it this way, maybe then let's also just like make it as disgustingly big as we can and see if I can solve this problem the old-fashioned way. Okay, this is the absurd structure I would need to be able to make this work. You could then have a library stack there. There. Ah, interesting. The books don't need to have actual access. They just count as storage, I guess. Curious. I'm not sure what the right way to set this guy up here is. I don't know that I like that one. Because if I went like this, I think I could fit it in slightly more. I don't know why this guy is yellow, but I'm gonna not think about it too much. Then I'm just going to slap in a bunch of carpets. The good old-fashioned way. Look, we even get one of the big ones in. Doop, doop, doop. Pop. 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 97. 98. 99. 100. We'll add one extra one. Hold on one sec. Okay, so technically I could actually just wall that entire section and it wouldn't bother with that. So that will fix the problem. Now I am going to need 15 cloth. So let's just buy up another of those. Because we still don't have that industry working. But that ought to keep them busy. And this will get us a bit more knowledge that we can actually start working with. Awesome. Big library. I guess I could have actually grown it a little bit more over this way. There is still a bit more room to this to get expanded. Yeah, there are some more rooms in there. Oh my god, another accident. This time in the training grounds. All right, this is starting to become a problem. It's also starting to become a problem because my gravedigger won't do anything. And there's nowhere left in the mass grave, so.
Dan Anno and his full hair line at 30.
Yes, 30. That's the age that we're that's seems reasonable. Rando! Thank you for 31 months, dude. How we doing? We excited for that new Hell Let Loose expansion coming out? I certainly am. I am very excited for a little Hell Let Loose expansion. Fellows, please bring my cloths to this cloth department. Did I not buy all the cloths I needed? I feel like I did, and yet... I've not the cloth that I require. Maybe it hasn't been delivered yet. Is my engineer Minecraft player ready? Oh man, I am so ready. I am very excited for some more Hell Let Loose. Always good little community game. Ooh. You've now earned the right to style yourself the Artisan, gained by workshop output. Increase productivity on all workshops. In your next playthrough or resettle, you'll be allowed to select this title and boost your game. Oh, cool. Just for these guys, though. Oh, no. For each race you unlock this title with, it'll make your boosts more potent by an additional 8.3%. Cool. We don't have any of these titles set up on this game right now, because... Well, I don't know. Wow, I felt like they were cheating. This fishery seems like it should be bigger. Can you really not? That's your max dimensions? You seem like a small fishery, man. Man, you seem like a bit of small fishery, man. Oh, well, who am I to really judge? I wonder if I could just, like, build a pond back here. Build a little pool down by the water. Would that work? Actually, I don't know if that's true. Would that work? Provide your subject with a place to swim. A pool fills up when it's connected to a canal with enough pressure. One tile of pool consumes one tile of pressure. This takes cut blocks. Oh, this takes so many cut blocks. Maybe we'll think about it. The pond just takes regular blocks. just want to know what happens if I build a pond on the edge of the water. Can we swim in that without having it connected? Worst case, I just blow it up. This says no fresh water access. Aha, okay. Very good, sir. Well, at least we created a landfill. Now I guess we have room for something else down here. Just enough room for another building. You know what? None of these guys have roads, which they should. I mean, straight up, this is room for another building down here. What I want it to be will be a whole other set of questions, but... Alright, so I guess that fabric didn't arrive, or somebody ate it, or something happened, so I'm just going to ask for another 10. And then maybe they can use that to finish the job. This looks intriguing. It's very good colony manager turns total war after a certain period. Alright, we got our library going here. We can fit... Well, we'll bump them up to 20 right now. We don't actually really have that much pop to play with until we upgrade more of these rooms. Which I need fancy cut stone for. Man, we were doing so good on fancy cut stone, and then I feel like I gave away a bunch for furniture, and then boom. Yeah, look at this. These guys, they've got fancy cut stone floors. They use so much for furniture. You can also see these guys, they've got more wood now too, so they have like tables to eat at. Oh cool, and the basements have little stairs that go down. Fortunately, the fart room still smells like farts. Did we unlock that upgrade? We did. I need pottery for it, which is easier said than done. Wait, can I just go to the pottery guy and say special order? $50 pottery. It's a pretty good deal. Now I just gotta wait for that to arrive and hope it doesn't get like immediately taken out the door when it does. I hope somebody arrives with it. Okay, there is the pottery, which I think those guys are all moving down. 40, 44. Okay, let's take that opportunity right now and say go over here. Upgrade this with posh relief. So now our bathroom is slightly better. I'll tell you, I think I'm also going to have to throw a third pooper scooper on that because it seems like they're really struggling to keep this place. You know what? I'm actually going to auto-employ you. I feel like we are struggling to keep the poop ducts cleared. Required tech fancy hearth. 40 blocks, 30 metal. Wow, okay. Nice day for fishing, ain't it? Hey, you said it. All right, this guy is not capable of getting in here. Can someone please remove that so he can build that? And then we can build that after. There we go. Now the wall is fixed. And that guy's okay. Our army, 55% melee training, 39% archery training. Should we try to take a place? I have a very high ratio of research workers compared to my industry workers. This could indicate you'd be better off reassigning some research workers to industries instead. My dude, all my industries are maximumed right now. They're either maximumed or they don't have the gear that they need. I also don't have any, like, weapons, because I don't have a smithy still. Alright, I gotta start figuring out some plans here for this military. So I think the army supply depots are going to have to go out here. Kind of feels like the only thing that makes sense. I think you need 4. I mean, they're on the outside of the walls, which I'm not in love with, but... a couple more immigrations we can take in. Yeah, I figure if it's supplying the army, it ought to just be here by all the training places. Oh, interesting. Okay, people in the graveyard do sort of disappear after a while. Or in the mass grave. The graveyard, I don't know. I literally don't understand how this works. It doesn't seem like anybody wants to be buried in there. So... oh, it's still being constructed. I don't want anybody working in these right now, at least not until we need them. Doop, 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 doop. Okay, you're going to be rations. You're going to be bows. You're going to be leather armor, I guess. Something deep beneath the ground stirs. A rhythmic thumping can be felt everywhere in your city. The intensity varies as it is shifting the earth. Luckily, it is nothing like an earthquake in strength, but cracks start to show in buildings as foundations shift. According to old lore, a sacrifice of fresh food can appease whatever's causing the tremors. Slaves would work as well. Requires slaves. Requires food. Oh, we can do that. Let's sacrifice food. Buildings are degrading faster otherwise. Oh, the event is no longer relative. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, your subjects made your way to the nearest deep rift where they were faced with a challenge. Since no one knew what was down there, selecting the right ritual proved difficult. After some deliberation, they chose to conduct every single one. After that, they rather unceremoniously threw the food down the rift. They never heard it hit the ground, but the tremors stopped soon after. Good work, everybody. And I guess this is going to end up being a weapon. Or maybe clothes? Clearly, I'm going to need more of these army wagons. Army supply depots. Unavailable livestock. Yeah, pull from that warehouse. You're going to pull from the warehouse. You're gonna pull from the warehouse, and you're gonna pull from the warehouse. Oh yeah, we do need some livestock there as well, so I might have to shut down the livestock trading depot. Cool. Bunch of bandits like planning a raid on us. All right, so this is telling me I got too many people working and not enough people making. Which leads me to say, like, okay, well, let's go. I don't have enough innovation to boost this kind of stuff. Where do I have enough globdians? I could get guards. I don't know that we have that many crimes happening right now. We have had a lot of workplace safety issues, so. Does Songs of Syx lay out some sick tracks? It does. It absolutely does. It is a Syx game. It's got some sick stuff. Healthcare unlocks hospital. Requires 30 knowledge. Everything requires knowledge. And I'm like starting to run out of food somehow. Even though it says 72 a day. Just confusing. So with basements, we managed to pop up to about 650 pop. So an extra 150 pop for 500 houses, roughly. We do have a couple deranged people. And some exposure. Okay, I really do think that if we want to grow any more, we're going to have to build an outpost. So I'd like to conquer someone. I really don't know if we're good enough, especially because we don't really have proper weapons and stuff, but I think maybe I'd like to try. I don't have any rations. Rations are like fish and herbs. I also don't have herbs. Maybe I could just buy a bunch of rations for now. That's a pretty fine deal as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I guess like it's like we still have wood, we still have furniture, we still have food. Some food. Some rapidly depleting food. Oh, my globby globs. We also are going to need more of you for sure. This kind of ends up not quite the right size that I wanted. Well, I guess I could build it like that. We'll get rid of that gate and we'll put it probably like down on the bottom side here instead. Nerd! Hello. Welcome. How we doing, brother? Are we rocking today? Of course. Of course. The Warhammer. Welcome to Low-Bit Warhammer. AKA Songs of Syx. Where, it's technically Total War. It's got Total War style battles. But it's also a colony builder and a city builder. You do a little of both. We're actually gearing up for some war right now. We got our archers training. We got some guys training in the spinny machines. We don't really have a lot in the way of weapons, which is a bit of a concern. But we're getting prepared. I'm late for dinner, but I love this game. Most I've ever had was 11K in one city. Wow. Okay, we're like 600, and we're kind of like boxed in. So we have our city down here. The gray is all of our housing. The yellows are industry. Blue is sort of support and research. And then we have a bunch of farmland on the outside of town, as well as a bit of a military going. We have a wall started to protect our city. And we're getting a little bit figured out. You're still missing metal, hey? I do really feel like we just need to be importing more stuff on the regular. Why don't I just get 6 metal, barter for some fish? Everybody loves their fish. Oh, okay, these guys are conquering more and more stuff over here. We got to get going. We got to get this figured out. So I'm gonna put one guy in ration makers, one guy in bows, one guy in not that or that. Unavailable livestock. Let's stop exporting livestock right now, because I don't really have livestock to spare. And we're going to need them to build this Globdian pasture. Wirtz, hope you're doing well, dude. Thank you for the follow. Let the bells scream, scream. I don't like games like Factorio. Is this a Factorio vibe game? No. It's not about like the factory must grow. It is about the colony must grow. But you're not like conveyor belting everything together. I also suck at Northgard. Try doing single player versus AI. Run into some issues while the AI grows like a weed. I mean, I think that's generally pretty true of like RTS games. The AI always has this ability to grow at like hyper rates. I don't know how far along I need this canal. Let's just put it to here for now. This canal that also does not work currently. I wonder, honestly, if we just pump up this water, would this solve a lot of our food problems? You know, in theory, it should. It would bring a lot of moisture, and these little lizard guys would make a lot more food. So maybe this is the next thing we start using our stone on. Is get that canal up and running to the north. Unfortunately, somehow the only place we can get fresh water from is up here. Despite being next to this massive river and an ocean. I mean, the ocean, obviously, but all the fresh river, all the fresh water, it's hiding away. These janitors are starting to get pretty maxed out on degradation jobs. Big time. We need more janitors. Good news, janitorial squad. That's not what I wanted. I wanted expansion. Can I not make these bigger? Workstations only run in sets of 4. Oh, interesting. All right, well, that's plenty then, I hope. No, that's definitely not plenty. Good grief. All right, well, that's double the amount of janitors we had. And that shouldn't be too hard for them to build, so. Always neglect something? Yeah, I mean, I think that's just the joy of city building, you know? Fart noise. Currently it's total build and total fishing. Maybe in the future it will be total war. We're getting to total war. The war is totally going to happen. Total canal building. I don't know what I'm thinking I could build this right now. I clearly do not have the stone for it. All right, so those guys are on auto employ, which should be fine. They'll scale up as required. Should we just try? What's the worst that's going to happen? We'll learn how it works. There are no armies to send this division to. Recruit one on the world map. Oh, no, I don't want to attack that army over there. I just want to... select an army within your region's borders to attack. Inbound, factions, realm, armies, recruit. Ah, there we go. Recruit, have your city troops join this army. Here we go. That's what I wanted to try. Not enough supplies to send out. Fill up your warehouses with essential army supplies. So I need 600 rations and I need like 250 clothing in order to send out my army. All right, that's going to be trickier than one might have hoped. Given the fact that we are not producing really either of those things. I mean, we are technically producing tailored goods. Clothing. But we just can't seem to like import enough leather to actually maintain an amount. Food or coin or happiness bites you and you stall out. I mean, that's always the bit of the joy though, right? You got to learn how to do it bit by bit. I really don't understand why people don't go in the graveyard. Gravedigger doesn't do anything. He is my most useless employee. You know, I constantly have no stone, and I constantly have no cut stone. I guess it's because I'm using it all for furniture. Maybe if I throw a couple more people in that quarry, we can make it work. Room is not reachable and will not work properly. Make sure there is a clear path to your throne room. Ah. Perhaps it would have helped if instead of... if instead of building a fence, I built a road. What the hell did I do here, dudes? It's hilarious. I built a stone fence instead of a road. Dismantle that. We now employ over 50 in our Globedian pastures, and as a result, the combined experience is boosting performance. Excellent. So now all of our little lizard guys are going to start getting buffs as well. 12, 5, 2, 13. Yeah, we definitely need to definitely need to get some water down here for these dudes. Right, and I guess this is part of the problem is like I'm just using up an insane amount of stone trying to build these canals at the moment. But I don't know, man. I think I need that. I'm under the impression. What is this? Why are things moving so fast? Just because we have the speed up. Most things move slowly. They're little lizard guys. They wander around. They look for work. They do their jobs. They take poops. This guy's going to the market. Having a look at the fancy stuff. I guess maybe he probably actually works at the market. Some victories would do us good and improve spirits. You are a great warrior. We do not question that. Perhaps our sea master can be a bit harsh upon the conquered, though. Egg. We need more egg. And we also need more drinks, this guy says. Well, I'm certainly working on the conquering. Perhaps we could set up some more depots. I need to start importing rations right now. Or herbs. One or the other. If I imported herbs, I could make rations. Though I'm also just having a bit of a food problem in general, so. Been lurking the whole time, just not in a great mood. Some more lurky? Livy, not a worry. I'm sorry to hear you're feeling down. I hope the lurk can provide you some quiet, peaceful time at least. Some cool vibes and smooth voices to hip-hop / study to. Or something like that. Right. So our farms are up and running at least. These canals are definitely a weird problem. I want to get out on the map because I want to get out here and start conquering things before they all start getting conquered. Because like this is really how I wouldn't need to import things if we conquered things because I could just have those produce them for me. Okay, so import depot accepting rations to the tune of 500 and I think I said 500 would be fine. And you need to import what, clothing, I guess? To the tune of 250. I don't like that. Obviously, we don't have the money to be producing this much stuff, but those will at least slowly stockpile and have a use. It's your rations, your bows, your leather, your clothes. Oh, I see. You guys are all on auto employ. That's what happened. So, like, I don't have leather armor. So I don't need anybody working on that one. But the other stuff I'll take. Okay, and this guy is filling up on the little guys. The Christmas spirit arrives with cookies, mandarin fruits, and hot drinks. Yo, it's the dream right there. Been eating so many clementines. They are my fave. I cannot get enough of them. I truly can't believe we have to pump all the way up here. Here's the problem is like the pump needs people working it. So I'm going to have constantly like 6 people moving up here. If not more. I don't even know. Like I think the pump only moves 100 tiles. So that's going to be like 100. 100. Yeah. I might not need this stretch right here. That's what, another 100, basically. I suppose on how big it is. You know, I genuinely don't know. We'll try to figure out. Some of our rations are just decaying. I guess I could put this guy to exporting mushrooms, because we do get some of them from this same thing. We're not using them, so we might as well just throw them right out the door. All right, these projects are almost done. Then it's just the canal. It's so funny how we keep going from what I would describe as swimming in a resource to having absolutely none of a resource. And just the bit of the back and forth we have with that. Sometimes so busy, sometimes so empty. What is this? Corpse? Oh, maybe just like fish bones or something? There's been so many people die around the city that I'm like, I don't even know who is who. Yeah, see, the problem with clothing as well is like our guys are just using clothing. Clothing comes in, but then it goes also like equipped -8. Tailors are meant to be making 11, but that's only if they have leather. Right now, it feels like we're treading water. It's a struggle to grow any more than what we're doing. I guess we would need more houses, more fishing, more farms, more globs. I need the water. I need the water down here because I really think that this is going to massively increase the Globdian workload. And then I think if we build an outpost out here, we could have a bunch more fishing available to us. This would be pretty easy to like carve off with a wall. So we could just have like a bit of housing up here. Or like... Yeah, I think the housing is probably up here. This is probably going to have to be fisheries on both sides. I might be able to get like a row of something in here in the middle. Maybe like the warehouse and markets or something like that. And then we can forage that and that for free every year. And then we'll build a bit more farming sort of outwards. Some problem is like there's going to be no way to get fresh water down here. But this is literally just like a food outpost. But right now, I don't have the like the blocks for it. You know, the stone, the wood. You're maxed out now. Okay, so at least we're... All of these guys are up and running. Though we are consuming as much as we possibly can. One option is I'm pretty sure we have the guys on double food. 1.5 food. But they're like not super happy about that. They'd like more. How much is that going to kill us? Yeah, they get pretty upsetty spaghetti about that. You know what? I'm going to leave them on 1.5. We'll solve the problem somewhere else. Oh, wow. And in 5 more levels, it looks like we get nobles. 5 more population. Really, that's it. Are all of our rooms upgraded? I feel like I do not see basements on these. No, we don't have enough cut stone. Yeah, we're using too much cut stone on furniture. It'd have been nice if we had it, but we don't. I guess the other thing is I could probably just start farming something that produces leather. Ranching something that produces leather, I should say. Which would be... Ogs produce cotton. Aurochs are like the only thing that produce leather. Huh. Hunters. Hunters do not hunt the wild game in your city, but head out each morning into the wilderness beyond your city. It is beneficial to build them close to the map edge. The production of hunters may vary. They can only sustain... The region can only sustain 15 hunters. Oh, man. What if I built... I mean, I know it's not the edge of my map, but what if I built like a hunter here? I'm just like anything to get leather at the moment. I'm sort of desperate for. That's 6. How much in the way of utilities do you need? Probably quite a bit, it looks like. Can't make those any smaller. That's literally the same amount. I mean, I guess like 6 would be better than none, but the other part of me is like, well, is there a way for me to make the full 15 that I want? If I did something like this, that would be more than I'd need. So actually, what if I did like, doop. You're so close to giving me the right amount, but you won't do it. You just won't do it, damn ya. So close. I don't understand how this works mathematically. Can I go 2 more? I could. All right. How much does that add? 2. That adds 1. All right, hear me out. One of you. Hear me out. One of you. One of you. Boom. 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 Now I see the problem. Boom. Boom. Oh, how I want this to work easy. Oh, how nothing ever does. I think I just literally don't have enough space in here to do what I want. We can get pretty close. All right, why don't we do 14 then at 100? I mean, that's still a lot of hunters, so. I'm gonna put like a door here and there, here and there. Seems like the most reasonable way to do that. And I'm fine to make it out of mud. Tack up a few more roads. Now, I don't have the population to work this right now, but the thing is in theory, as people come off of army training, they should re-enter the workforce. How true that ends up being for us, hard to say. The other nice thing is that these guys are going to bring back meat. Which we can then sell as a trade good. So hopefully they can find a way to kind of sort of get us on a reasonable amount. It's also kind of fun because, you know, they leave the city off the road. I know they're still pretty far away from the city, but all things considered. Oh, I can have them make leather or meat. I'm just going to have them make leather then. Oh, heck yeah. That actually might solve our leather problem. The hunters make 15. The bowyers and the tailors use slightly above that. But not by much. Not by too much. Lionheart, hello. Welcome on in, dudes. Welcome to Songs of Syx. Welcome to a crazy little town. A crazy little town where poop noises happen. I hope your Bannerlord was going well. I haven't been able to stream any Bannerlord. It won't stream for me. It's too cranky. It wants to blow up my computer too badly. We're rocking a little Songs of Syx today, which for those of you who are joining us who don't know, it is a colony builder / Total War style game. I think it's because sort of the best way to describe it, where you start off with nothing and you slowly build up a colony. We've got ourselves a little group of lizard people who live on the edge of where this big river meets the ocean. And we have been steadily building ourselves a little home. We've recently started adding some walls in around our farmlands on the outside of town. And we are trying to get an army up and running right now to go do some conquering. It is our big step, our big plan for today, is to do some conquering. And I tell you, we are hurting on jobs right now. I honestly think if we don't expand the city housing issues, we ain't gonna have much of a chance here to do anything. So I tell you what, we do end up having a little bit extra room in here. I'm gonna build some more of these houses. Some more of these long boy houses. At least one. That'll be another 10 pops. Choo-choo-choo. We could fit houses down here. I really wanted to build like a tavern or something though. I could maybe sneak another apartment on this guy. Oh, why the heck not? And technically there is some room up here as well. You know what, man? I am like desperate for housing. They're all too big. All too big. All right, we can do another little tiny bump up there as well. Another Raid of Raiders day, right? I guess it's about raiding time. It's about that raiding time of the day. Hopefully our people like this. I'd really love to upgrade all of our houses to stone, but timing and all that. The temperature is rising to an extreme level today. If you like heat, we don't have a problem with. Our lizards like heat, for one. And for two, they can always go just like jump in the ocean if they want to cool down, so. How's this stuff going? Right, we don't have a lot of builders right now because everybody is overworked, so building these extra houses is a little bit extra tricky. Come together bit by bit. I don't know what's up with that house, but sure. That's another room for, what, 25 more people? So 660? A new level has been bestowed upon our name, Apprentice Ray. Ray is an old system for the great. As the great Apprentice, you may enlist some aid to govern your mighty realm. You may now elevate a couple of nobles to help you. This is great. Nobles are fantastic because they allow you to have like a special abilities basically in your city. Now, I can never remember how to select like a list of nobles. Here we go. The amount of nobles promotions you can offer your noble. 0. Click a subject and elevate them. Okay, that's what I thought. How do I see the list of all my population? That's what I need to know. I know there's a way to do it. There is like a character viewer. Generally, you want nobles to be the youngest people in your civilization because they grow up, and the longer they grow, the more bonuses they have. Never seen this game. It looks nice. It's very, very fun. There is a lot to it. Where is this thing? I'm just going to keep clicking the same thing over and over again here. Workforce, government services, work, agriculture, population. There we go. There we go. Sort. Filter. Sort by age. Springfield. Let's have this guy relaxing. And I want to say elevate to nobility. So he is going to be a noble. And I believe now I can say this noble, yes, is the noble of something like fishing. Boosts 50 workers in your fisheries with 2.0. So you can choose basically like what industry you want him to be a part of. What you want him to be like the noble of. I feel like fish is our biggest thing. The more fish we have, the better we are. And the fish is certainly where we have the most people. So I'm going to make this guy the master of fisheries. And then he is going to boost all of our fishery industries up a nice, good chunk. Yeah, we have lots of leather and stuff coming in now too, which is nice. We could probably start selling animals again if we need. Somehow we're kind of hurting on wood. A lot in maintenance still. Yeah. Yeah, our janitors are being worked to the bone. Yeah, see, like the carpenter needs like 40 wood on maintenance right now, and it don't got it. Which means we might actually need another lumberjack. As this continues to add up and add up and add up. Adding in another lumberjack right here would obviously make a lot of sense. I kind of thought about making that more Globdian pastures, but I think the Globdians are going to go up that way and the lumberjacks are going to stay down here, so. These guys have 100% moisture. I don't know what determines it for them. I could literally just plonk another one of them right in here on this road. I think I'd want to change it up a little bit, though. When Nerd said they had 11k people, how do you expand at that stage? So the big thing we need to start doing is going on conquests. Because that's basically as you want more stuff in your city. And the only way to really do that is by, like, if you can't produce all the goods you need to have them come in. So you either need to trade, make valuable goods that you can trade out to get for other things, which we're not really doing. We're mostly just making the things to keep our people alive. Or you can also conquer. And conquering will help a lot. What is going on with this gatehouse? What does this gatehouse need to be fixed? Don't tell me metal bears. It's metal bears. See, we don't make metal bears, so I would need to import them. Along with all this other bric-a-brac. We are making clothing. It's just unfortunate that we're not really making enough. I don't really have a lot of people. Free people, I should say. Until we start having more stone and thus cut stone. I guess we're still expanding this, are we? Yeah, so this has still been eating up all of our stone. It's almost done. Well, it's almost done to this corner. I still feel like that's a major food issue. Praise Bree, great fellow. I am Genocide A Farah. Yes, that's a very normal name for a lady wearing a spider skull as a hat. Leader of a humble non-profit organization. Winter is coming, and it's beneficial for you to have subjects like me. All we ask in return is small compensation for you. Scouts report these people have about 15 soldiers. Paying them is a safe bet. Declining might lead to trouble. We have one day to decide. They want 100 bows? I feel like I could use those bows to kill 15 soldiers. How does your city allow for more people? Is there tech that changes housing capacity or gives new abode types? Yes. So there is, like, we added basements, and there is second story houses as well that you can get as a technology. Alternatively, what I could do is I could just build an outpost out of my town, which is one of the big things we've been talking about doing. I'm going to decline this offer. Frankly, I don't think she's got what it takes. Genocide, a humble nonprofit organization. I know, right? What a name. And just because my attention has been drawn, let's have a little Mona moment while we watch the city go by. Yeah, so expanding out in one of the other directions would help us. Because, like, I could go out and I could get cloth. Like, I could start farming cloth to the west. I could set up a couple more fisheries out there. I could also start getting more vegetables out there. And by doing all of that, we could have just, like, another little housing outpost. It's just kind of that the capital city I have here, I backed myself into this corner. For better or for worse. But cities end up sprawling and taking over most of the map. Like that major road, that highway, probably will end up becoming engulfed in my city eventually. Little Mona time? I know, right? What a sleepy one.
Another Raven on Let's Go, another Castle Who.
In spirit. Thank you so much, my dude. 37 months. Wild. Thanks, Melon and Mona. Much appreciate the support. Hope you're doing well. Look at this thing, man. Look at this big ball of fluff. So fluffy. I can tell she's coming in here because she's like, the house is really cold right now. You are warm. Emoni. Och. Hi. What's going on? You just hanging out? You're just like, I'm good in your arms? You don't even want to go down? We both know that's not true. So I'm curious if these guys are going to attack me now. Honestly, I kind of hope they do so we have a chance to test out our army. Also kind of wondering, like, what if I just built some longhouses out here by this quarry? A little dirt district. I guess I don't mind them having to walk all the way back home. It's interesting how some take the dirt road to the north by the farms, and the other ones are like, no, we'll take the stone road down below. You can also see, like, some of them move at different speeds than others. I guess, like, whether or not they're kids or adults. That temple is still a popular spot. The center of town is still bustling and full of nightlife. Full of fart noises. Just a never-ending amount of fart noises. Yeah, I guess we do need more people on industries. Can I boost any of my industries is my next question. I could put points into mining, and that will actually make our mine work a little bit better. What do I have? 19 knowledge. So close to being able to get something. Pretty much everything costs 20 knowledge as far as I know. Crude tools. Carpenters, potteries, ration makers, and tailors would get major upgrades. Crude crafting tools. Oh man, maybe I should be building that. I don't know who makes tools. Yeah, all right, we need to build another woodcutter. I think I'll leave some space here. You know, if this is sort of the major road, too wide there. And then this is like 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go out here. And then I think we just build it sort of up along these torches. Oh, that's as big as she gets. Okay. We'll let storage go there. And we just have one big auxiliary hut. Our guys need the extra wood, so there's no reason not to build this. Doing well. Hope you are too. I am indeed. I've been really enjoying our Songs of Syx times. You imbecile! You have crossed genocide. Prepare to meet Krator. Now we must prepare for an attack. An enemy host stands gathered west of the city preparing for an assault. They will attack at any moment. If they reach the throne, it's all over. Our scouts report 15 soldiers. There is still a window of opportunity to attack them before they get the assault. If we don't, we'll fight in the city. Oh. So the attack is like a different map altogether. Chris Lauren, hello. How we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. These are our troops? Wow, look how many we have. Where are they? They're way up here. The Monster Hunters. Uh-oh. The Blind Water Congregation. Melee training 40%. They've got swords. They've got plate armor. These guys are riding horses, and they have shields. These guys look like they're also riding horses. They are. They have leather armor, some sort of melee weapon, and shields. I'm a bit worried. I'm not gonna lie. Mostly because we don't have armor. We don't have weapons. We have bows. But otherwise, we're just a bunch of wrestlers. Otherwise, we're just doing some wrestling. So I guess we'll have these guys on guard. Fire at will. I mean, here's the good news. It's like it's a big, wide open field, so I don't know. I guess let's start it. Cool. Oh, the war beasts look awesome. I definitely want our guys on cavalry. I think I'm gonna try like plated knights though. I really don't know how we're gonna hold up on this. I'm hoping our archers can figure it out. Charge, tight formation, loose formation. These guys should start shooting. Potential target's 100. Oh, yeah. Hold or cut bowstrings. Or maybe I should be hitting the guys in like the heavy duty armor, but okay, here we go. Oh, they just missed all of those shots. Okay. Maybe my archers can reform a little bit here. Oh, nice. I mean, our archers are at least able to hit guys, which seems promising. That guy looks like maybe he is broken. Victory! Hey, we did pretty good there. We casualtied 5 of them. Casualty 10 of them. Oh, I guess that's we killed all of them. The melee guys got 1 kill. The archers got 3. Oh my god. Oh, I can't. We could definitely start going warring. The enemy is beaten. Rejoice. Spoils from the battlefield will soon arrive. Do you wish to keep the captives or should we release them? We get some war beasts, some shields, some falcatas, some plate armors, and some leather armors. I guess no real casualties. No real... Did we get slaves out of that? I don't think we did. No. Heck yeah. Not 15 entire soldiers. I wasn't worried at all. Well, here's the thing. There were 50 soldiers who actually had gear. That's why I was worried. The once mighty genocide lies dead at your feet, O mighty one. This will surely send a powerful message throughout all of Styx. Her personal treasury has been found and looted by our men. A total of 200 denarii was found. No. A total of 224,000 denarii was found and is being transported to the treasury. Oh my god, we are rich as hell right now. I tell you what I want to do. I want to get plate armor on these dudes, shields, and I guess falchatas. I know we don't have those things, but I'd like to pretend like we do. And I'd like to give these guys armor. Slightly worried when you said it was cavalry. Here's the thing is, like, training in this game and gear makes a big difference. Big difference. If you have well-trained troops with good gear, you can kill thousands of people with them. It is the knights versus peasants situation. Reports from our fisheries say we got a triple catch. Fantastic. Fantastico. Oh, this must be all the loot. Coming back in, the treasure train. Okay, here's the great deal about this. I think with $200,000 in the economy, we can buy all the clothing and all the rations we need to go directly to war now. So why don't we do that? And we'll get geared up and start off with a bunch of conquests in the next video. We'll see you back there then.